I'm Sherry Buckley, and my son was diagnosed with cancer, Dylan. He was diagnosed on May 15th, and he was admitted to the hospital that day, started chemo the next day. It was a really fast, crazy transition, I guess you'd call it, but it was so fast that we didn't have a lot of time to process there at the beginning. It was just this huge, traumatic event. When we went to Denver, Bodie took over, and they really paid all of our bills. The house, the insurance, everything that they could. We weren't financially devastated, thanks to them. You know, his two things that he looked forward to were seeing his cat and sleeping in his own bed. And if we had had to lose the home, it would have been devastating to him. But to be able to come to his comfort place, his soft place to fall, first day back was really a gift. And he loves to be home. He's a homebody.
Hey Mom, what song do you want me to play?
Play one of your
Duets.
Yeah.
Enlace Comunitario exists because immigrant victims of domestic violence had nowhere to turn for help that would provide them with services and resources that are culturally and linguistically specific. We face the barrier of the immigration system being broken, very few options for immigrant families in the state and in the country. We're the only one in the state and one of the very few around the nation that do that in the way that we do.
Mi nombre es Angélica. Cuando está uno en una relación así, se siente uno sola, que no tiene a nadie, que no tiene familia. Cuando es algo delicado, parece que es normal, pero no lo es. Aquí en Enlace aprendí a conocerme. ¿Quién soy yo? ¿Quién es Angélica? ¿Qué quiere Angélica? Lo más importante, estoy libre de abusos. Emocionalmente estoy muy bien para mis hijas. Un día mi hija de 17 me escuchó cantar en la cocina, estaba yo haciendo el desayuno. ¿Estás cantando, mamá?, me dice. Le digo, sí. Y le dio mucho gusto, pero le dije, tú estabas muy chiquita cuando dejaste de ver a la Angélica que era yo. Ahora vuelvo a ser yo la que era antes. El encontrar un lugar como Enlace es una gran esperanza de que hay quien nos ayude, quien nos entienda. Y aquí nos enseñan mucho y nos educan mucho. Me han ayudado bastante a mí, a mi hija.
The services that we provide do help on the moment, but when victims graduate, we call them graduation, or when victims get discharged, they don't want to go anywhere and they want to learn more. And they want to take back to the community, take into the community what they learned and what Enlace is all about, what domestic violence is all about. And the community response, the support is just really what makes Enlace what it is.
I'm Shel Nymark. I've lived here in this area for about 30 years. I'm an artist. I work in clay and glass and some other media as well. Dixon was kind of at a low point. There wasn't really a gathering place anymore for people. You know, there was nothing for the whole community. Dixon was kind of struggling at that point as far as having a community cohesiveness. So that was another reason we really wanted to open the library. You know, we didn't want to be just a library. We wanted to be more than that. And from the beginning, being a community center was really important, where we could have events and programs and fun stuff like dances for the community. So we really had this vision from the beginning of being more than a library. In May of 1992, on $2,000, we opened the library. we had no idea what would happen. The first day we checked out 50 books. And this first week, I was walking down the street and I saw these two school kids walking out of the library with books under their arms. And I went, yes, it's going to work. I, along with lots of other volunteers and lots of other people have done it, to actually see the change we've made in the community it's astounding.
Well, Through Community Center started in 2010 as a result of a community effort that responded to a real tragic cluster of youth suicides in the community. So I was teaching in 2009, and one of my students took his life. So that was really what moved me to stay in the community and do everything I could to get the center started. The community we serve is mostly Navajo, Native American, and it is on the eastern edge of the Navajo Nation. After my student took his life, the other kids in the class started asking me, "What's the point, Miss Ko? What's the point of life?" And for me, I kept telling them, how much potential they had, how beautiful life is, and how special each one of them was. But I realized that not all of them were getting that outside of those few hours we had together. And I just really wanted to make sure that they had a place they could go and people they could talk to.
My name is Priscilla Manilito, and the proper way for us to introduce ourselves in Navajo is through our clan. So my clan is Hashson Shlo, Ashini Bashashin, Kia Ani Dashache, and Biotzene Dashanala. It took my generation to attend the chapter meetings and say, Nkachin Bajoba, meaning our precious children are at risk. Our precious children are, we need to do something. They're precious to us.
We had 3 young girls who came into the center, and they slipped in to our doors right before school ended. So we knew that they weren't coming straight from school, and we had a chance to talk with them, and it came out that those 3 girls were planning to jump off the mesa, which is right behind our community center. And instead of doing that, they decided to come in and talk with us. And we were able to connect them with counseling resources that were helpful for them, and they're doing fine now.
We have a huge responsibility, but it's a warm, embracing responsibility that we feel that we do have these challenges, but we can overcome them. We needed to speak up. We needed to take the step up to help our children.